Constituents, constituents. Good evening. Welcome to the July 1st, 2026 edition of Wednesday Edition. I'm Scott Leisure, the seventh month of 2026, and to the best of my calculations, the 25th edition of Wednesday Edition this year. I'll take it. We were talking some last week about social media. Remember the whole story about Vietnam and Charlie and Instagram hijackings? Oh, you don't? Well, looks like some of you out there might have some Wednesday edition homework to do, because that also tells me that you also don't remember the discussion about LifeLog or the discussion about Gay Bash 2026 or the discussion about how you like your steak. We here at Wednesday Edition don't expect every single one of you to watch every single edition of everybody's favorite weekly podcast, Wednesday Edition, every single week. Well, yes, we do. But we also understand that we all have busy lives filled with jobs, families, responsibilities, leisure activities, and even an occasional leaky faucet. Back to social media. What do you use your social media for? Americans average 2 hours and 8 minutes a day on social media. 84% of Americans have used YouTube. Maybe you use it to keep in touch with your family. Maybe you use it to network, build your business, promote your next gig, or to find a place to eat or a place to shop. Some people use it to find inspiration, to learn things. They use it to get their news, to find things to do, and to keep up with their favorite people. I find it to be a place that I can find tons of information. And I find myself using social media for just about everything I mentioned before. I like to post stuff that I encounter, and I like to post stuff that I create, and I like to post stuff that I want to share with you. And of course, there's Wednesdays, 20 or so minutes of my energy, thoughts, and views. It's a blessing each week to join together with the Wednesday Edition community to look at some things in the world that we might have overlooked, taking part of that 2 hours and 8 minutes of social media time to look at things in a different way, to learn together, to experience together, and to grow together. I understand that not everyone is going to see things eye to eye with Scott Leisure. That's okay. I also understand that I, Scott Leisure, am probably not going to see eye to eye with everyone as well. And that's okay too. I mean, after all, we do live in the country that was built as a place that we can express our thoughts, our views, our opinions, and our rights, right? It's all in the First Amendment of the Constitution of the United States of America. The First Amendment guarantees us 5 distinct foundational freedoms: the freedom of speech, the freedom of the press, the freedom to assemble, the freedom to petition, and of course, the freedom of religion. The First Amendment will not protect your freedoms if you confuse freedom with defamation or threats of harm or violence or really obscene shit, like that shit in the Epstein files. What a patriotic red, white, and blue edition of Wednesday Edition so far, Scott. Well, it is 3 days before Independence Day, right? A day that we get to celebrate those freedoms I was talking about and the signing of the Declaration of Independence, We're all going to grill some food, put on some red, white, and blue clothing, watch some fireworks, watch a drone show. Just try not to get too drunk, okay? It really doesn't look good on you, especially Jim over there. It really doesn't look good on him. We saw it. It was all over social media. This year, the grand celebration is the 250th Independence Day. Along with Thunderdome on the White House lawn a couple of weeks ago, Washington also invested $14 million to improve the reflecting pool. Have you been following this? You know, the reflecting pool? I Have a Dream. Forrest Gump. Anyone? Construction of the Lincoln Memorial and the reflecting pool completed in 1923. It took like 9 years to construct. There was a full reconstruction of the pool in 1981 that addressed some structural water leakage and some drainage issues. There was another rebuild in 2010. This was a massive 2-year construction project that completely replaced and stabilized the leaking pool basin. The $34 million restoration project was completed in September 2012. An algae bloom appeared shortly after refilling the pool. As part of this massive rebuild in 2012, an ozone water filtration system was installed intended to neutralize the nutrients that algae needs to grow. Despite the costly installation of the ozone filtration system, by the way, ozone filtration might be the name of my new band. Just saying. Despite the costly installation of the ozone filtration system, algae clumps quickly returned to the surface within just a couple of months. The algae has continued to be a recurring challenge for the National Park Service. Before the installation of the filtration system, the pool was simply emptied and cleaned twice a year. Seems simple enough to me. Fast forward to the year 2026. In April, the Department of the Interior issued an initial $6.8 million contract for a major deep clean and resurfacing. In June, costs surged to $16 million. It was dirtier than they thought. They needed to do this. They needed to do that. Whatever. The pool was refilled in time for the summer, but promptly suffered an algae bloom, possibly due to the summer heat. Okay. So, on June 20th, Trump comes out and says that the pool has been vandalized and multiple arrests have been made. What? Really? Who vandalizes the reflecting pool? Really? Weeks before Independence Day? Trump says that they took some form of knife or blade and put a 250-foot long gash into the facade of the pool. He says they also poured corrosive and destructive chemicals into the pool. Okay. So, one of the guys that they arrested is Maryland resident and former Olympian David Hearn. He was charged with destroying government property. Now, Hearn says he merely reached into the pool to touch one of the already dislodged blue pieces and denies the charge. Oh, also in June, the newly applied American flag blue paint on the base of the pool started to flake and chip away. On June 24th, the National Park Service filed court documents confirming the pool suffered from deliberate damage and announced plans to drain and repair it immediately following the July 4th holiday. Okay. Now there's even a video of someone allegedly pouring something into the pool. Why do all of the videos seem to come out after the fact? Anyone? So let's try to look at this as only Wednesday edition can look at it. They built the reflecting pool on marshland with zero support. It's been renovated or repaired at least 3 times. It didn't have a filtration system until 2012. According to the National Park Service, algae has been a recurring problem always. And now, I guess, people are vandalizing, slashing, and polluting the thing to protest Trump, I guess. I have a dream, right? The algae has always been there. Only in the year 2026 can the preservation and beautification of something so sacred and cherished as the reflecting pool be turned into some sort of political drama. Or maybe it's just a distraction. Look over here, not over there. Scott, it's time to pause, breathe, and reflect. Really? This early in the podcast? I'm feeling very American this week. I feel like I need to do something to support my country, to help make my country a better place. I feel like I need to exercise some patriotism. How should I go about that? I think what I will do is on Friday, July 3rd, I will do my part to help keep cash alive. And the day before the 250th Independence Day, I will stop by the ATM and take out $20 to spend over the holiday weekend with a local small business or an artist in celebration of Cash Friday every week. You don't have to. You can swipe your card or tap your card or enter your digits. You can force the artist or the small business to pay unnecessary fees and give databases access to the things you buy, how often you buy them, and where you buy them. You do you. Just remember our discussion about freedom when you swipe, when you tap, or when you even wave your flippin' hand. Today, July 1st, is the 182nd day of the year, exactly halfway through 2026. A good time to do some of our own reflecting, right? Without agendas, without propaganda, accusations, and without algae. I don't even like the word algae. Go ahead, say it. Algae. Have you grown so far in 2026? Isn't our goal each day to be a better version of ourselves than the day before? Reflecting back to the start of the year, what goals did you set for yourself? Did you have a list of things that you might want to accomplish in 2026? How is your list going on the 182nd day of the year? Is there progress? Okay. Raise your hand if there is progress. Oh, good job, Jim. Now, raise your hand if there is no progress. That's okay. The good news about being halfway is that's where you are. You're halfway. Okay, Scott. I was with you with the talk about patriotism and freedom and reflecting, but how is it good news that halfway through 2026, I have made zero progress on any of the goals I set for myself for the year? It's good news because you still have half of the year left. If we were having this discussion on December 31st and you made zero progress on any of your 2026 goals, then we might have to do some deeper reflecting. You might have to do some deeper reflecting. You might even have to take a long look in the mirror. I'm sure everyone has heard the saying about the best time to plant a tree 20 years ago, right? And when's the second best time to plant a tree? Right now. We all have today, and we all have opportunities every day. You can take the day and choose to do whatever your flippin' mind decides to do. If you want to vandalize, assemble non peacefully, break the law, harm people, or use slander, you do you. If you choose to pay things forward, help someone, go for a walk to get your 10,000 steps, learn something new, work on your goals, and grow productively, you do you. The thing that will come with both decisions is consequences. Consequences. You have consequences for vandalizing and breaking the law and not protesting peacefully and slandering, right? There are also consequences to helping people, going for walks, learning new things, and achieving goals. I want to share one more story with you before we start to wrap up this week's edition of Wednesday Edition. A guy in California had a goal that he wanted to achieve, and he really went all in. I'm going to forewarn you that this story is nasty. Let's all use it as something we can learn and grow from, okay? A camper at a campground near Shaver Lake, California, dropped his sunglasses into the shitter. That is where the story should end. Shades in shitter, gone forever, gotta get new shades. This unnamed man that dropped his glasses in the shitter took matters into his own hands. I think you know what direction this is headed. He went in after him. The guy fell into the shitter, like several feet into the shitter. He started yelling and finally got someone's attention, but Sunglasses Guy only spoke Spanish. So when the first responders arrived, they had to bring in a translator. I can't make this shit up. He wasn't injured, and they ended up having to hose this shithead off. I couldn't find any info as to what type of sunglasses they were or if he was able to actually retrieve them. If you take one thing away with you this week from Wednesday Edition, remember, if your sunglasses end up falling down an outhouse toilet, they're gone. It's time for a new you and new shades. Maybe it's time to reflect back on what things this week's edition of Wednesday Edition brought to all of us: freedoms, rights, campground outhouses, algae, Martin Luther King Jr., the Reverend, right? The 250th Independence Day, helping small businesses and artists, progress, lack of progress, Trump, vandals, non-vandals, alleged vandals, and maybe even heeding the words of the legendary rock and blues band ZZ Top. Now go out and get yourself some big black frames with the glass so dark they won't even know your name. And the choice is up to you because they come in two classes: rhinestone shades and cheap sunglasses. Do your part to help keep cash alive and Google these three things this week, okay? Number one, Google the First Amendment. If you haven't read the First Amendment lately or read about the First Amendment lately, I think the 250th Independence Day is enough of a reason. America. Number two, Google Reflecting Pool. Google Reflecting Pool, Cooling Retreat, Resurrection City, 1968 to be specific. You see, for 43 days during the end of June 1968, about 3,000 demonstrators built 650 plywood shanties beside the reflecting pool to peacefully demand better wages, employment, and better housing. They were waiting in the pool and, yeah, probably peeing in the pool. Free love, right? Number three, Google cheap sunglasses or go to Amazon and go get yourself some. Remember, the price we pay for associating with the wrong people is enough reason for us to be stricter about who we keep in our circles, right? If I ever hear of any member of the Wednesday Edition circle, community, or tribe outhouse diving for sunglasses, I will be forced to put you on the outside looking in. Let's finish this thing, okay? Here we go. The top 5 songs from July 1st, 1979. Now, for the Gen Xers out there, all you need to know about July 1st, 1979 is the fact that on that day, Sony revolutionized personal audio by releasing the original Walkman portable cassette player. Amen. This countdown would have sounded super funky on one of those awesome new Walkmans. Let's do this. Top 5 songs, July 1st, 1979. Number 5, The Main Event, Barbra Streisand. I Googled, I listened. I got like 55 seconds into it. It was pretty disco-y. I can't do it. Barbra Streisand gets a Wednesday edition thumbs down. 0 for 1. Number 2, Hot Stuff, Donna Summer. It really doesn't get more funky or badass than Donna Summer's Hot Stuff. Hot, 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 hot stuff, right? Hot, 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 hot. 1 for 2. Number 3, Bad Girls, Donna Summer again. Toot, toot. Hey, beep, beep. If you have never heard Bad Girls by Donna Summer, pause Wednesday Edition right now, open up another tab, and listen to Bad Girls. Those of you that had to do that, welcome back. Amen for Donna Summer. 2 for 3. Number 2, Good Times, Chic, Nile Rodgers. I told you we have a funky countdown this week. A rumor has it that it's getting late. Time marches on, just can't wait. The clock keeps turning. Why hesitate? You silly fool, you can't change your fate. These are the good times. 3 for 4. Okay. The number one song, July 1st, 1979. Ring My Bell, Anita Ward. Ding dong, 4 for 5. You know what Anita means, right? Ring my bell. Ring My Bell, taking it home on this week's very funky countdown, except for Barbara Streisand. Enjoy your freedoms this week, okay? Peacefully. Don't pee in any pools. I don't have to tell you again about the sunglasses. Eat some real food. And remember, alcohol and fireworks don't mix. I repeat, no lito el dynamito when you are drunko. Right, Jim? Oh, yeah. Don't get trafficked either, okay? Remember, all of the editions of Wednesday Edition are posted on the YouTube channel. Wednesday Edition. Every Wednesday, 5 p.m. only on YouTube and scottleisure.com. Subscribe to the YouTube and message me if you want a free t-shirt. Message me with any concerns also, feedback, ideas, anything. Thank you again, Wednesday Edition community, Wednesday Edition people, Wednesday Edition tribe. And thank you for not peeing in my pool this week, okay? Thank you for enhancing and bringing healing and thoughts of dreams and reflections to my pool, or something like that. Remember, true approval isn't in a number. It isn't in a click. It isn't in a like. It's in you. It's in how you choose to productively exercise your freedoms. Stay vigilant. Eat your protein. Watch your back. Watch your friends' backs. And read the Pledge of Allegiance, okay? Good night.